On 17th November 2025, the 16th Finance Commission, chaired by Dr. Arvind Panagaria, officially submitted their recommendations to the President of India, Srimati Draupadi Murmu. The recommendations will be covering the next 5 years starting from 1st April 2026 to 31st March 2031. So in this background, let us discuss more about the 16th Finance Commission. Hi, hello everyone. Welcome to the State of Affairs brought to you by Shankar IAS Academy. So before understanding about the 16th Finance Commission, we have to understand about the Finance Commission of India, which is mentioned in the Article 280 Clause 1 of the Indian Constitution. The Finance Commission of India is a constitutional body constituted by the President of India every fifth year to get recommendations regarding the financial matters of the country. And if the President finds that there is a situation to constitute the Finance Commission, then he can constitute the Finance Commission even before the fifth year. And talking about the membership, currently the Finance Commission is a 5-member body consisting of 1 chairperson and 4 members. The 4 members, out of these 4 members, 1 member will be a person qualified to be a High Court judge or a High Court judge, and another 2 people will be people with specialized knowledge in the field of finance and accounting, and the remaining 1 person will be having deep knowledge in the field of economics. And the chairperson will be mostly a person with good knowledge and experience in the public affairs and economy. And Parliament by law will be determining the qualifications for the members of the Finance Commission. That means there is no mention in the Indian Constitution regarding the qualifications of the members of the Finance Commission. And talking about the duty, what is the duty? Recommendation, giving the recommendation to the government regarding the financial matters. Whether this recommendations binding on the government of India, actually no. The recommendations of the Finance Commission of India is not binding on the government, and at the same time, there is no legal rights for the states in India to raise concerns regarding the implementation of the recommendations given by the Finance Commission of India to the government of India. That means no states in India can approach the judiciary citing that these are the recommendations not implemented by the government of India. And talking about the recommendations, what are the areas the Finance Commission will give the recommendations? The first is distribution of proceeds of taxes between the center and the state. What is mean by the proceeds of tax? The total revenue generated through tax, excluding the service of collecting tax. So the proceeds of tax, the distribution of proceeds of tax is one of the areas where the Finance Commission will be giving recommendation. And we can see that here the Finance Commission will give recommendation regarding the vertical devolution, that is a share between the center and the states, and also horizontal devolution, that is among the states. And we have to understand that this proceeds of tax is not charged on the consolidated fund of India, and at the same time there is no regulation. There is no regulation on the states regarding the utilization of this fund. For example, if a state is getting rupees 100 through this vertical devolution, then the government of India cannot say that out of this 100 rupees you have to spend 50 rupees for health. Out of this 100 rupees you have to spend 25 rupees for the transportation. There is no such regulation. That means it is an untied. It is an untied share to the states. And horizontal distribution among the states. And talking about the next recommendation area, that is the principles governing the grant in aid. So what are the principles that is governing the grant in aid? Population, income distance, area of the state, forest and ecology. These are the principles that governs the grant in aid. But here the grants given to the states is taken from the consolidated fund of India. Therefore, it is a tied fund. That means there is a restriction regarding the utilization of the fund for the states. If the central government is giving 100 rupees in grant in aid, in that case the central government can say that this much amount has to be spent for particular purpose. This much amount has to be spent for particular purpose. So in that way there is a regulation in the grant, but not in the proceeds of tax distributed between the center and the states and among the states. And the next is the Finance Commission will give recommendations to augment the consolidated fund of the states. And on what basis? Based on the recommendation given by the State Finance Commission. Why the Finance Commission of India has to take measures or give recommendations to improve the consolidated fund of state? Because the state can give fund to the panchayat and the municipalities. So the Finance Commission will also give recommendations to improve the the consolidated fund of the states, and that recommendations will be based on the recommendations submitted by the finance commission of that particular state. And finally, the finance commission will also give recommendations regarding the matters referred to finance commission by the president of India. If the president of India is telling the finance commission to inquire and study this issue, then in that case that matter will be studied by the finance commission, and based on that study the finance commission will give recommendations. So these are the basic things you have to understand regarding the finance commission. Now we'll move on to the 16th finance commission. So the major highlight or the major recommendation regarding the 16th finance commission is that unchanged divisible pool of share between the center and the state. So what is mean by divisible pool? Divisible pool of tax means the tax shared between the central taxes that is shared between the center and the state. So the 15th finance commission also recommended 41% of divisible pool of tax between the center and the state. The 16th finance commission is also continuing the same rate. This is the major highlight of the 16th finance commission. And now we can see that after the recommendation of the 16th finance commission, one of the major consequences was the loss of share to states like Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal, Jharkhand, and Madhya Pradesh. What is the importance in this? Because we can see that traditionally these states used to get a lot of share from the central government because of various reasons like economic backwardness, underdevelopment, and also the size of the state. Because Madhya Pradesh, Jharkhand, Uttar Pradesh, they are much larger than the Kerala and Tamil Nadu. And at the same time, the population rate is also very high. And economic backwardness, underdevelopment is a major issue. So considering all these factors, traditionally these states used to receive lot of share from the central government as per the finance commission's recommendation. But after the recommendation of the 16th finance commission, we can see a fall in the share of these states. What is the reason? On other side, the states like Karnataka, Kerala, Gujarat, Punjab, Haryana, these states are getting more share comparing with the previous times. What is the reason behind this? To understand the reason, we have to compare the criterion used by the 15th and the 16th finance commission, and what are the major changes the 16th finance commission brought comparing with the last finance commission. So what are the criterion or principles that is governing the share to the states? Already, like I mentioned, population, demographic performance, area of the state, forest and ecology, income distance. What is mean by income distance? Income distance is a gap, the finance gap between the richest country and the richest state of India and another state. Imagine that the Maharashtra has a per capita of 5,000 rupees. Let's say it is 1,000 rupees. And on other side, the Bihar per capita is 400 rupees. So what is the income gap between the Maharashtra and the Bihar? It is 600 rupees. So before in the 15th finance commission, they used to give a weightage of 45% to this criterion income distance, but it got reduced to 42.5% in the 16th finance commission. We will discuss. And the next is the 15th finance commission used one criteria, that is the tax and physical effort. While the 16th finance commission did not consider this, instead they brought the contribution to the GDP as one of the criteria to give the share to the states. And we now will go through the weightage. So for the population, the 15th finance commission gave a weightage of 15%, and for the demographic performance means how the state controlling the population and all. So the weightage was 12.5%, and for the area of the state it is 15%, and for ecology and forest it is 10%. Income distance 45%, and the 15th finance commission did not consider this, therefore it was 0. And for the physical effort, they gave a weightage of 2.5%. While we come to the case of the 16th finance commission, we can see that for the weightage of the population got increased from 15% to 17.5%. What does it mean? The states with a high population will get more share because of the increase in the weightage of the population. And the next is the demographic performance. That got reduced to 10% from 12%. For area got reduced from 15 to 10%. Forest and ecology there is no change. And the next is the income distance. So income distance got reduced from 45% to 42.5%. And they did not consider the tax and physical effort. Instead, they took the contribution to the GDP, that is the contribution of a state to the GDP of India, and they gave a weightage of 10%. But you have to understand that even if there is a 0.5 change in the weightage, it will lead to large scale shift or transfer of share from one region to another region or one state to another state. So why that there is a fall in the share of the states which used to get traditionally, which used to get gains in the gains from the union government. The reason is reduction in the weightage of income distance. So we can see that before, in the last finance commission, the weightage was 45%, but now it got reduced to 42.5%. That means, even if a state is experiencing a financial backwardness or underdevelopment, in that case, because of the reduced weightage for the income distance, they won't be able to access that much share like they used to do in the previous times. And the next is, we can see that on other side, this will benefit which states? The states which are contributing more to the to the income, that means to the GDP, as well as the states which are doing well in the finance. For example, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, such states. And we can see that on other side, to compensate this, the Finance Commission raised the weightage of population from 15 to 17.5%. So the weightage got increased. Therefore, the states will receive, even though they are experiencing a slight fall in their share, still they will be receiving, a reasonable share from the government. We have to understand that one more thing. We have to understand that even though these states, the Madhya Pradesh, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Jharkhand, West Bengal, even though these states are experiencing a fall in their share, but still you can see that large amount of fund is going there, and they are the largest beneficiaries of the union share. Okay, you have to understand that even though there is a dip in their share, still they are the largest beneficiaries. And the states which are gaining, this because we can see that they are contributing gaining this year because they are contributing more to the Indian GDP, and at the same time they are doing well in the financial matters. They do not experience that much income distance. So we have to understand that this 16th Finance Commission has taken a step to balance the concerns between the North Indian and the South Indian states. So what was the major concern raised by the states like Kerala and Tamil Nadu before? Because they were saying that they are contributing large, their contribution to the Indian GDP is very large, but still they are not getting that much support from the union government. That was their concern before. But to address this concern, we can see that the income distance weightage got reduced, and also they added the contribution to GDP as a criterion and gave a weightage of 10%. So now these states are also satisfied, and these states are also satisfied. Even though they are experiencing a slight fall in their share, still they are the largest beneficiaries of the union, that is the vertical devolution. And we can see that because of the increase in the weightage of the population, they will be getting benefited. So coming to the conclusion, we can see that the 16th Finance Commission has taken a balancing step to maintain the stability between the center and the state, because the 41% share is still remaining unchanged. So a strong center state physical federalism can be maintained. At the same time, they also took steps to maintain the equity balance between the equity and efficiency. So we can say that the North Indian states like the Bimar states like the Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, they are economically backward. They need support. So the government is the Finance Commission is considering that, and based on the population and area, they are getting benefit. Even though they are experiencing a slight fall, still they are getting a lot of benefits from the government. And on other side, the southern states like Kerala, Tamil Nadu, and Gujarat, they are rewarded for their efficiency and their steps in improving the demographic performance. So no doubt, the 16th Finance Commission has taken a medium, a really good step to maintain a balance between the North Indian states and the South and the Western states, and they took a major step towards maintaining the stability of physical federalism in India. So I hope you understood this topic. If you have any doubt, you can comment in the comment section. We'll meet you in another video with another interesting topic. Thanks for watching.